Hi guys, this is Kata, and I know I have started a lot of my videos this way, but I'm so sorry for not being able to upload and film videos a lot lately. But as always, I have been quite busy or just tired, and yeah. But anyways, in this video I'm going to show you all the books that have arrived recently, and let's get started because I have quite a few of them again. So these books came from like 5 or 6 different orders, and I placed one of them on awesomebooks.com like usual, and the other 4 or 5 orders on biblias.com, which is basically a marketplace where there are like thousands of sellers who sell books, and one of them is Better Word Books, and I order most of my books from them if I'm buying books on biblia.com. But anyways, I'm going to just finally show you the books in no particular order, but let's start with the one that I have here, and it is Dare You To by Katie McGarry. And this is the sequel to Pushing the Limits, which I read I think 2 years ago. I'm not quite sure, but I like that book. I didn't really love it as much as everyone else seems to think so, because for me it was just a tiny bit of too much drama, but I'm very excited to read this, and I actually started this, but I'm only like 50 pages in. And another thing that I already love about this book is when I took off the dust jacket, it had a cover on the actual book itself too. I mean, how cool is that? I mean, I think this cost them a lot more money than if they were to have like regular black cover or something like that. But I just love it when publishers or whoever deals with these things pays attention to this kind of things. So yeah, I'm really excited to read it. It's a young adult contemporary, new adult contemporary book. The next 2 books I will show you I already read, I think last year. And these are very popular books, and one of them is Legend by Mary Lou, and the other one is Prodigy by Mary Lou, which is the sequel to Legend. And I'm so pissed because these were library editions, which I'm mostly happy about, because that means they are in good condition. But when I tried to take the stickers off, not happy. I totally ripped the spine, the cover on the spine, and I just want to cry about it. But it has this weird material as the cover, and I just hate it so much because it's like paper. But anyways, it's the cover, it's not the covers that matter, but the books itself, and I really like these books. I think I gave Legend 4 stars and Prodigy 5 stars, and I ordered these books because I want to read Champion, which is the 3rd and final book in this dystopian trilogy. So now I have to reread these 2 books before I can read Champion, which I already ordered, so I'm so excited to have the whole trilogy for myself. And the next 3 books I already read as well last year. I'm just trying to pick them up in hardcovers if I can for cheap, and one of them is The Indigo Spell by Richelle Mead, which is the 3rd book in the Bloodlines series, and I have the first 2 books right here. And as I said, I read this last year as well, and I loved it. And I still need to read the 4th one, but before that I will reread the 3rd one. And this series is just so amazing. It's a spin-off series of Vampire Academy, if you haven't known that, but it's such a great series, and Vampire Academy is one of my all-time favorite series ever, and I love Richelle Mead's writing, always, basically. And the next book I have, I already talked about in my March wrap-up, and it is Altered by Jennifer Rush, and this is a young adult sci-fi book, I think, but I really enjoyed it. It was so action-packed and so fast-paced, and I just love all the characters in it, and it was a great book, and I really need to read the sequel. And again, the cover is gorgeous. Then I bought Reboot by Amy Tintera, and I really enjoyed this book. I mean, I had one problem with it, and it was kind of the, not insta-love, it was just unreasonably, not quick, but just intense. And I mean, it goes from nothing to love, but it's not in the first second, so that's why I'm not calling it insta-love. But this book has such a unique idea, and I can't really remember how it really goes, but it's like if you die, with each minute you become less and less human when you reboot. Our main character Rand was dead for 178 minutes, which puts her as like the least human being in this sword, I guess, and the other main character, the guy Callum, was that for 22 minutes, so that's a pretty huge difference. And I don't know, I just really loved the beginning of this book, not so much the ending. It kind of felt unrealistic to me, but it was still a really good book, and I'm not sure if this has a sequel, but I shall check that out because I really enjoyed reading this book, so I recommend it to all of you. And then I picked up a book that I always wanted to, and it's All Our Yesterdays by Kristen Terrell. And I really can't remember anything about this book, I mean, why I wanted to pick it up, but I'm so glad that I finally did. I think it's like either dystopian or time travel. I think I would go with time travel, judging by the title of this book, but it has such a gorgeous cover, and I think it has good ratings on Goodreads as well, and it's not too long of a book, if I remember right. It's like 350 pages, and I really want to read this very, very soon. The next book I have is Shades of Earth by Beth Revis, and this is the third and final book in the Across the Universe trilogy, which is an amazing sci-fi trilogy that I read 2 years ago, and I think when I read those books I gave them 4 stars, but now thinking back I already changed it to 5 stars because it just left me with a feeling that I can recall after reading them for me quite a long time ago, and for that I gave them 5 stars, because when a book really leaves an impression on me, that means something, and I'm really glad that I could finally buy the third book in a hardcover edition as well, because I have the second one in hardcover too, and my goal is to have the first one in hardcover too, even though I already have it in paperback, but you know me, I'm pretty unreasonable when it comes to books. Then I have some contemporary books, which I always love, and I have been in a contemporary mood lately, and I already finished it, I think, last week, and that book is Catching Jordan by Miranda Kennelly, and oh my god, I love this book so much. I basically read it in 1 or 2 sittings because I just needed to finish it and needed to read it. It was so fun, and just, the feels I had. I mean, I expected this book to be good, but for me it was actually amazing, and I just adore the characters in it, and I will talk about this book more in my April wrap-up, but for now I just really recommend this to all of you, and I'm so glad that I finally own it. Then I have a book that became quite popular on YouTube, and it has been very popular on Goodreads last year, and it is Hopeless by Colleen Hoover, and this is, I think, a young adult or maybe new adult. I can't really remember if it had new adult stuff in it, but I basically bought this book because I didn't really love it like everyone seems to love it, but I liked it. My problem was that, again, it had way too much drama. I mean, I really remember that this book was filled with drama, and sometimes unnecessary drama, and another thing is that I basically saw the ending after the first 10 pages, and I hate it when that happens, especially when our main character doesn't know what's going on, and I already know, and she just needs to put the whole picture together, but she can't, and that's annoying. But anyways, I picked up this book because I want to really give it another go, because everyone seems to love it, so I'm not sure why it didn't really click with me for the first time, but I plan to reread it this year sometime. And then I finally bought and read a very, very popular book on BookTube, and I'm talking about Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. And first of all, I just love this cover so much. I mean, one of the reasons I wanted to buy it so very much was the cover and the color of the cover. Loving it. And I read this book in April as well, at the very beginning of April, and this got me out of my kind of a reading slump, so I'm very thankful for that. I really enjoyed this book. I had some issues with it, like I always seem to have issues with most of the books, so I think I'm just way too picky, but this was such a unique and such a fun and light-hearted, but also it had very deep moments, contemporary read. And yeah, again, I will talk more about this in my wrap-up. And then I have a book that I read last year, and it's one of the books that really made me cry, and it left me with such strong emotions, and not necessarily good, but not in a way that the book was bad, but just these awful emotions. And this is The Storyteller by Antonia Michaelis. And yeah, I don't have a dust jacket with this because my copy arrived without one. So yeah, not happy about it, especially because it has a gorgeous cover. But oh well, I think they are going to refund me. But The Storyteller is... I don't even know how I would categorize this book. It's like young adult fiction, but it's very deep and meaningful, and just not really easy to swallow, basically, because there are some things happening in this book that will tug on your heartstrings and all that stuff. And yeah, I'm not sure when or if I will ever be able to reread this book, but I still really do recommend it if you are in a mood for a not so happy book, basically. And now for my books from awesomebooks.com. I picked up 2 books from Sophie Kinsella because I have never read anything by her, and one of them is Can You Keep a Secret? I think this is one of her most popular books, so I really wanted to pick this up. And I know it's supposed to be very funny and just lighthearted, but very, very good. So I cannot wait to read this because I love chick lit. I always have, and you know, sometimes you just need books like that will make you all happy and giddy and stuff like that. And the other book that I got by her is I've Got Your Number, and this is one of her other very popular books. And as I said about Can You Keep a Secret, I'm so excited to read this as well, especially because, as I have said, I'm in a very contemporary mood lately. So I think I will give this a try very, very soon. Then another book that I have already read a few years ago, it's One Grave at a Time by Janine Frost, and this is the 5th book, I think, in the Night Entry series by Janine Frost, and I love this series so much. It's an adult paranormal series, and I think a lot of people should check this out because it's such an amazing series and the characters are all amazing. And yeah, I just got hooked on this series a few years ago, and I couldn't stop reading the books because I have all the feels for these characters, and I'm slowly starting to collect these books. So I already have, with this, I already have 5 of the 7 or 8. So yeah, I really, really do recommend this series if you love adult books and adult paranormal books in general. And the next book I picked up kind of on a whim because I haven't really heard of it before, but it is The Probability of Miracles by Wendy Wonder, and I think this is a young adult contemporary book in which our main character has been sick for years now, so she has been in and out of hospitals for years. And one day she hears about this place where miracles happen, so I think she wants to go there and see if she can be cured, I think, but I'm just guessing right now because I have no idea. But I'm really excited to read this, and it had really good ratings on Goodreads. 3 more books to go, and one of them is The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern, and I wanted to pick up this exact copy because this has black pages. I mean, how cool is that? And even more so, the inside is gorgeous, and the actual book itself is gorgeous. I just love it when they pay attention to details like this, as I have already mentioned, and it even has like this ribbon thingy which you can use as a bookmark. So I'm very, very excited, especially because a lot of people seem to love this book, and I know that it's quite slow paced, so you need to like devour it and not just get through it very quickly. But I'm just so excited to finally have it and one day read it. And the last 2 books I ordered, I was kind of hesitant about because I have been eyeing these for quite a while now, and the main reason I bought them is because they were $4 for hardcovers, which would be $25 normally, and it's quite a popular series, but it's like a spin-off series, and I haven't read the original series, and I'm talking about The Lost Hero by Rick Riordan, and also the Son of Neptune by Rick Riordan, and these 2 books are part of the Heroes of Olympus series, which is, I think, a spin-off series of Percy Jackson or just a continuation, or I don't know, but I haven't read the Percy Jackson books, so I don't know when I will be able to read these two books. And please tell me if I should read the Percy Jackson books first, or if I'm safe to just go with these books and not read the Percy Jackson series first, because it doesn't really have anything major to do with that. So yeah, please tell me what I should do about this. But these look so nice, and I'm really excited to read them, even though they are huge and I can't even hold them anymore. But yeah, those were the last two books that I have in this haul, and I know this hasn't really been too exciting because I have read like 70% of these books already. But anyways, let me know if you have read any of these books and if you have loved them. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to rate or comment or subscribe or anything that you want to do, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.